What's up, guys? This is Karuzu from Karuzu's Gaming and Reactions, and we back with another video, another review, and this time we're going to be reviewing Star Trek Discovery, Season 2, Episode 1. Title of this episode is called Brother. Now, before I get into this, I just want to try to state why I'm doing this review. The reason why I'm doing this review because I am a huge Star Trek fan, and I have been for many years now, and I just love the ideals of Starfleet. That is something that I like to hold on to, especially in such a chaotic, world that we live in. I mean, holding on to ideals like that, and having beliefs that peace can reign one day on Earth is, a lofty ideal to hold on to. So it's something that I think about all the time. That being said, let's get into this whatever this is. This isn't Star Trek. Okay. Now, is it better than season 1? Slightly. Okay. But that's like apples and oranges. I mean, it really isn't that much better. At least judging by this first episode, which was like, over 100 minutes long. I think 100 minutes long. And I watched it, and I was very tempted to just cut it off halfway through. The character Michael Burnham bothers me. Because nothing she does is Starfleet. In fact, just radiating out from her character, that seems to be what they're trying to do. The acting gets worse, and Captain Pike comes over from the Enterprise, and when he comes, he's saying he's there for a special assignment to look into these signals that everybody picked up, and just, I didn't like it. It's not Star Trek, particularly because I had just gotten finished binge watching Deep Space Nine and Voyager, and I was just like, and I also Star Trek: The Next Generations, and I was really hoping that they would do better this year than they did last year, but they didn't. They did worse. And let me state some of the problems. One, the sets are entirely too large. It's almost to the point to where you're like, is all that fitting in that ship? I mean, because the way they're walking around with these magnificent, gigantic corridors. When I say magnificent, I don't mean that in a good way. I mean in just a gaudy, huge ship. It looks abnormally large for the people who are walking in it. It's not wholesome. The ship should fit the crew, and it doesn't. It's just stale, iron bulkhead. It just looks awful. And I can see that they brought the lighting level up a couple ticks, but not nearly enough. That bridge looks like a warehouse. You might as well be yelling across an auditorium. That's ridiculous. And it's just unbelievably stupid. And it is so inefficient to shoot film that way. You got people around the deck of the bridge, around that forward deck, and they're all looking out of this viewing screen that looks like a freaking warehouse window. And it's just awful. The story was awful. They keep on trying to make this Michael Burnham character some sort of superhero of the Federation. One of the things she does that really ticks me off, that catches my attention, is that she scolds the captain in front of the entire crew. I mean, having a difference of opinion is one thing, and pulling the captain to the side or going to the captain and saying in private that, hey, listen, I got your back or whatever. No, she scolds him in front of the whole crew. She has to make herself the center of attention, and it looks like they're shoehorning in her individuality, shoehorning in her independence, and it's ridiculous. It's just stupidly ridiculous. It's not episodic, obviously. Everything leads from one episode to another, so it really was confusing. And another thing that ticked me off, they were using these pods to go down to a ship that had crash landed on an asteroid. And these pods, this is supposed to take place 10 years before TNG or the original series. I think the original series. And they have all this incredible technology that even future Star Trek, even like Star Trek Beyond the movie didn't have. It's just really over the top. Now I get it that they have huge budgets, but if you don't, I don't care how big your budget is. If the story writing sucks, then it doesn't matter. It's just gonna look like a big clunky mess. It's just not cohesive, and it's just too much. The separation, it doesn't feel homey. It's just too huge. The corridors are huge. Everything's huge. All the crew quarters are massive, and it's just so predictable and stupid. I've never seen anything. I'm almost wanting to say that this is worse than last season. I know people say that this season is a little bit better, probably in style, but just slightly, ever so slightly. But it's not something that, it's like improving in one area but getting worse in 9 other areas out of 10. So it's 10 areas that you need to fix, but you only get one of them. You only improve on one of them, and in that improvement, it's only a slight percentage. This episode, brother, was absolutely stupid. I didn't understand it. And then young Spock looks like I don't know what that is. Is that supposed to be a Vulcan? I mean, it looks like he had a freaking mop on his head with, I don't know. It looks so disingenuous. And Captain Pike, weak character. That's not Captain Pike. Yes, he was a cowboy, but he wasn't like that. And he commanded much more respect. And the thing is that they should already know who Captain Pike is. There's no reason why nobody on Discovery shouldn't know who Captain Pike is. And so it's just, yes, they had to confirm that it was him via a bioscan with his hand. But after you confirm it's him, then you need to give him the respect that's due. Saru he just looks awkward. He really, really did look really awkward standing there, and just awful. And then the elevator, which is what I chose as my screenshot here. The elevator scene where they stand in the elevator with an alien that's got a cold. He doesn't have a translator. I'm guessing this is before our universal translators exist. I want to give them that benefit of doubt, but I don't even think that's the case. I think they're just trying to be cute and make Burnham be able to understand a fucking fish that walks and gargles in his throat. Anyway, he has a cold, he turns and sneezes on another. That's not funny. That's not funny. And the jokes that they did, it was so forced. They felt like they belonged somewhere else. So overall, man, I give this episode 1 out of 5 stars. And that's probably because of style acuity. In terms of what was actually going on in the episode, I couldn't tell you. I just didn't understand it. And I know a lot of people say, well, you didn't watch the first season, that's why you don't understand it. No. I didn't understand this, period. And I got the gist of the first season. I knew what was going on in the first season. I didn't understand it either. It just doesn't feel like Star Trek. Now, I understand that they're trying to go a different way with Star Trek, trying to make it different, but do not tie it to the original timeline if that's what you're going to do. And Alex Kurtzman, Kurtzman or whatever the hell his name is, he needs to be shot somewhere. And I don't mean physically shot, but his career needs to be shot. Because I can't believe that CBS gave you the reins to this and gave you such a big budget, and this is what you come up with. And from my understanding, you wrote this episode. Nice job. My kid could do a better job, and he's autistic. This is ridiculous. I can't believe that they have the reins to one of the greatest franchises in the history of television, and this is what they come out with. Garbage. It makes me, and you're talking about competing with the Orville? You can't compete with the Orville. I want to give a shout out this week, and this time it's going to be Nerdrotic from nerdrotic.com, and his channel on YouTube is called Nerdrotic. I'll try to put his link in the description so you can go check him out. He does awesome videos and very in-depth discussions on what's actually going on with some of the viewerships and things like that. So he's awesome. And every week I'll give a shout out to a fellow YouTuber. I think that's the right thing to do. And right now, guys, like I said, I apologize because I am doing this on my phone, so it's not the best way to be doing things, but it's all I got for right now. But I did want to give my review to Star Trek Discovery, and I absolutely hated it. It was just really hard to watch. This Michael Burnham character, they need to really just scrap her. And it's nothing against her personally. I'm pretty sure she's a fine actress. However, this role is not for her. And she is meant for something else. She is. She doesn't even look in place when she has her lines. And if they don't watch the original episodes or watch any of the original Star Trek programming, they seem to have gotten it all wrong. And maybe they did that on purpose. Maybe they think that they're doing themselves a favor, but they really aren't. You think you can buy off reviews? How long do you think that's going to last? CBS is not going to fund this forever. If it's not doing well and people are not buying it and watching it, then it's going to get scrapped. And they own the rights to it, and they just really, really screwed this up. And it just seems like it's ran by a committee. The way the show is, the way it's structured, how huge it is. It looks like a military base. That's how big that ship is on the inside versus the outside. The scaling is off badly. And we know those ships are huge, but not that big. You know what I'm saying? It's even bigger than it was last year. So, anyway, that's my take on Star Trek Discovery, Season 2, Episode 1, Brother. You guys leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you thought. I'm anxious to hear what other people thought about this. And I don't think I'm the only one. And a little side message too. I am going to be doing some more reviews. I'm trying to get as many of them out as possible. I'm trying to get up to at least 3 of them a week out. So be looking for that. And then also to the actress Shaniqua Green, I think that's her name is Shaniqua Martin Green. I don't have any slight against you. So if somebody sees this video and perhaps tell you and you watched it, I don't hate you. It's not your fault. It's the writing. You're doing what they're asking you to do. So I'm not telling you to look for another career, but or look for another acting job, forgive me, but look at the videos on YouTube and you will see where it's at. Don't let nobody tell you, don't look at it, don't look at it, don't look at it, they don't know what they're talking about. Look at it. You won't get a real feel of what's really going on in Star Trek land unless you actually get both sides. Alright, I'm Karuzu from Karuzu's Gaming Reactions, and we'll see you guys in the next video.